what's happened to me, and this has been partly through something that just seems to be innate, and partly through reading and maybe just generational experiences, is that I don't want that. That's not the path I want to go. And I'm seeing where my grandfather was not just wrong to go for this new idea of the good life, but no one had ever told him from like an educational and theological aspect that the life he had or could have was actually a very good life. That now that I've been, reading the kind of stuff I've been reading and writing the kind of stuff I've been writing, and he's reading it, when he comes to visit us, if like me and the kids go out to do some chores, like instead of going and like checking his email, he like quickly throws his shoes on to follow us out and stays with us through the tasks. And so
Nice.
when work can actually pull the family together, there's a lot of interesting things that happen. You don't have to do work-life balance anymore, right? Because they're the same thing. If you can, we think of work on one side of the teeter-totter and life or family on the other side. Well, what if we just move them to the middle, and then everything we lean into is just good?
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know if that hopefully I gave you something to chew on there.
Oh,
The
I
work of
started
children is their
last year.
education, right? So if
Yeah.
you don't,
Yeah.
if dad's going to work here, mom's going to work there, kids are going to work there, and there, then
Yeah.
work becomes a thing that divides you as a thing, as opposed to a thing that unites you. So
Yeah.
bringing the
And
education home and the work home and becoming a productive unit, not just productive individuals, has been great.
yeah, I mean, it helps in the interconnectedness of our family. We're all together. Like, usually when I'm here doing something in my office, I've got their desks over here. If they're choosing to sit at their desk that day doing some work, unless they're
Yeah.
hanging upside down on the playground doing their work, who knows? But they're usually right here, listening to my phone calls, being involved, asking me what's going on. Hey.
But like just this morning, myself, my 11-year-old son and my 6-year-old daughter, the baby, were doing the chores with the chickens. We're kind of low on animals right now. We just have horses and chickens. We actually have goats too, but they're not doing anything productive. At any rate, we've had more before. We're going to have more again. But we're kind of light on chores right now. But one of the things that I was convicted about yesterday, actually, I was interviewing a couple, Sean and Beth Doherty, who are kind of in this homesteading thing. And one of the things they talked about was just the necessity to have these daily rhythms, habits, and doing those chores every morning, whether you want to or not, regardless of the weather. It's good for you. It ultimately makes you happier. And you also, because you're doing it, you end up being there at these really, really beautiful moments that you would otherwise miss. But the one thing we're not doing is we're not putting them through a program to stamp them out to be a particular wheel in a particular machine. They're going to just grow as an individual.
Yeah,
But
I love
together.
that. I together as a family, and with the values and guidelines that you've created instead of what the world has created. You're curating their own content